I believe we are live.
Roger that. Let's rock and roll.
This is Sue Greenwald with Awakened Stories. I'm here today with King Smarty, also known as Sananda Galactic. Hey, King, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's
Really
good.
glad we've gotten so many requests for the next update. People are so excited about what's going on. So this is very timely.
Well, they should be very excited because all of the um um we're all witnessing the fruits of our labor, especially those that have been commanding and using the method that I teach y'all to alter reality to where we want it. Um, and it's finally getting momentum where the things that we've enforced or reinforced years ago are now, um, headlines. So it's very exciting to watch, especially if y'all been participating since, 2016, 17, 18 when we started the Jedi sessions. So yeah, it's very, very exciting. This is why I keep telling y'all to keep reinforcing and all of the newbies learn the method because once you realize that the method that I taught y'all for free actually works, then we can accomplish lots of things across the board. Let's
Awesome.
go.
All right. So first question is Wells Fargo. Wow, what's happening with Wells Fargo?
Well, Wells Fargo told me that they made a business decision not to do business with me because of high risk. Um, I'm not sure what the high risk is, other than that I spend a lot of money helping people. I spend a lot of money making products, and I don't pay taxes on my money because there's no law requiring me to pay taxes. So it could be multiple things. Um, maybe I don't have the complexion for the connection. I'm not sure. So that being said, because of what they're doing to me right now, it catapulted me or not owning, but taking ownership of Wells Fargo.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
again, thank you very much, you fucking idiots.
Right, right. So basically they sent you a generic letter, right? And then so that's their catch-all for, whatever they want to. They don't even need a reason, but they are so stupid because you already have a fair amount of money in the bank. You're going to have a huge amount of money in the bank very soon, and there's a lot of transactions flowing through.
Yeah, so that's the part I don't understand. Like you guys have been making money off me for all these years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the second bank that actually did it to me. And I get it. I'm healing people. I've been going through all types of shit just to get my products out,
Yeah.
just to make money to make new products, and it's been like a fucking roller coaster. Trying to make ends meet and trying to get new avenues just to afford to be able to make these products that are actually working.
Right. Right.
So it's a little headache. However, like I said, I understand what's happening. I know for a fact that not only the cabal are doing things against me, however, dad is letting them do things against me because there's
Right.
other things lined up already,
Right.
ready to go.
Okay.
Um, we've been in the process of making our own banks, making our own trading platforms, making our own everything. That being said, we are literally days away of actually maybe hours at this point of getting transactions completed that Trump signed off on. So, not that we needed him to sign off on, right? Because daddy's at the end of the day in control of all of it.
Right. Right.
So, in the last couple of days, we've been literally removing and eliminating and sending people to daddy. Between I mean, not FBI, but secret agents, dark forces, bank employees. The one that was talking to me over the phone the last day or so got fired for what she was saying to me. So,
Wow.
so there's a lot of things that people don't understand what they're what they're getting themselves involved with. I'm not just some everyday Joe Schmo that you think you can walk over. And that's the benefit of being me because I can change things. And when they target me, they don't realize what the fuck they're up against. And after they do what they do, I do what I do, and then we see the results that we get. Okay, so we're dealing with people on high levels right now in the banking sector. Some of the guys have high level Vatican banking statuses and stuff like that. And we've already started a platform of our own, and it's been signed off on. So people have already been stealing and attempting to steal our money. So it's only leading to, us owning everything, everything. Not to mention, because of the way the laws have been and the fraudulent actors within our laws and our country, if you would, right? They've been doing things fraudulently, which means the U.S. is open for the taking. Actually, it's not open for the taking, but you know what I'm saying. We're taking over. I'm taking over the entire fucking planet, and there's nothing anybody can do to it or about it.
About it, right?
Trump, Putin, Ping, Ibrahim, they all know it. They all know it. Y'all, the everyday folks, don't know shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not only that, I'm protecting key individuals and exposing key individuals like Johnny Boy, bringing them to the forefront. There's lots of things that I'm involved in. I'm literally like a fucking octopus. So, so at the end of the day, once the money starts flowing, then we will work on the release of the crystalline chambers. The trading platform that we just got done, that we put into play, Trump is trying to bring people into the trading platform. People are not aware that the cartoon Richie Rich is literally about Trump. So he's been getting bank ever since a kid on a trade platform. The same trade platform that the Nasara video talks about, where you need, 500 million to be a part of it. Okay. Well, Daddy let us in, and we're in. That being said, we're coming for everything that Daddy wants me to have. And there's no military force on the planet that's going to stop me because I have my own army. And no, we're not the galactic fagoration of light. A bunch of queer guys singing "True, True, Allure," right? We are a royal. I'm a royal. Put it that way. Out there in the rest of the galaxy universe, I'm already the king. I have armies. I don't need some federation telling me what to do. Okay, because we supersede everything. What part of the Supreme Commander didn't y'all understand? The technology that we're about to release, it belongs to me and it's been mine for thousands of years. And it's all done by manifestation, instant manifestations. All of the stuff I've been telling y'all about, even the fact that D Blue is a galactic currency. Oh shit, galactic currencies. Turns out crypto and all the other stuff was used to barter from different planets. No shit. I wonder where y'all heard that first. So we got a lot of things going on. A lot of things. Let's go with some questions. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking shit.
No, we love to hear what you're saying, but I have a whole bunch of questions too. So, all right. So you put out several graphics the past week or so, and you pointing, and it said District 5. So we're District 5 is my question.
That is correct. We are
right.
District 5 out of 24. Yes.
Okay. Anything else we need to know about that that's just interesting or helpful?
Um, well, we are District 5. We will be doing commerce with other districts as soon as that allows.
Right.
I have to finish getting everybody in checkmate, and then once we're done, we will open up the rest of the borders, stargates, etc. Just the fact that you think the borderline is on the U.S.'s or Mexico and Canada is bullshit because it's not true. We
Right.
are one big giant landmass with different border bodies in between the landmass.
Yeah.
So there's a lot yet that still has to be revealed that will be revealed until we have access or allowed access to all the other districts. That's what we're working on as well. So once Daddy approves, we will open everything up, and nobody can say anything about it.
Going to be it is so exciting. So
Right.
exciting to see. All right.
Check.
Check. All right. Are humans modeled after what God/Source and Sananda Galactic look like? So are you modeled after what Source looks like? And then are we modeled after you/Source? Or how does that work?
Um, it's yes and no, because Dad can be anything he wants to be.
Right.
This is why we are not created in his image. However, we are created by him.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Watch the video of the Sananda Galactic and the one where we talk about how it all started. It's just like the chicken and the egg. Nobody know what came first, right? We do. It was the chicken, two chickens, in fact. There was two of us, two humanoids, one Sananda, one another female that had to give birth to the rest of humanity. That being said, that happened on multiple planets, reptilian planets, lion planets. You get the drift?
Okay. Well, all right. So you're saying there was another one similar to you that was female.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
So that being said, all of the different species that you're about to run into, I was the father or the main source behind it all, if you understand what that means. Daddy made me first on every planet, the Sananda galactic consciousness. Once he formed all of the different beings, then he formed me to go in and correct everything that needed to be corrected. For instance, the whole Sananda look was the first humanoid look, thousands and trillions and billions of years ago, billions and trillions of years ago. Then there was other entities that were born, or should I say, produced, which is why you have light conceptions and like the Mary Magdalene story, or not Mary Magdalene, the Mother Mary story. You know, some people think that she just had a baby out of thin air, right? Which is not true because Gabriel came down and had me. Gabriel was my father when I was Jesus, if y'all didn't know. Angel Gabriel. So there was different things like that took place in order to get to where we're at. It's a long story, and we're going to get to the bottom of it when everything's said and done. Y'all all going to understand all of it. There's a lot. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot to understand. But if you listen to what I'm saying, you'll see that it all makes sense. Daddy can form and make anything, anywhere, at any time. So when he makes a planet, when he puts beings on the planet, he'll make the first one, and then the second one, and then what'll happen is the first one and second one will keep on having offsprings, blah blah blah. Well, that first one's always me. It's always the consciousness, the energy behind me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's happened throughout all of the universe. Um, once um, once once certain things stop going or don't go a certain way, then he'll send in me again to correct it all, which is what's happening here on Earth, which is why I have the Sananda humanoid form that's coming here. I can change my form anywhere in the universe, which is why I have colored babies everywhere, different babies everywhere. So that being said, it's a consciousness transfer from planet to planet to galaxy, universe, blah blah blah. Sananda Galactic will be the one that represents the human race, the human um, whole, if you would. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly for y'all to understand, but it's basically that.
Okay, so what about the female that your first female, I don't know, what would you say, a counterpart? What happened there?
Well, she was a female counterpart. That's what the whole Eve and Adam and Eve story was about. It wasn't about something that happened here on Earth. It was an old,
Yeah.
old tale that took place, and of course they mixed up the whole truth about it all. But basically, that's what happened. Dad made two, and then the two started producing and reproducing and reproducing. So one of the oldest humanoids are from Uranus and out that way, about 200, not 200, maybe 2 billion, well, yeah, maybe 200 billion years ago. That was the first humanoid type races. Um, so yeah, it's wild. We'll get all the details to all that. But that's the real story of the Adam and Eve type thing, where he made two of us, and then we kept producing. Just like the chicken and the egg, he made two chickens, and the chickens kept producing. Which is why we know that you can't, or you can. I can't say you can't, but um, all the different species here on Earth, didn't come from one being here. It came from multiple beings that were already out across the universe. A lot of people came here crash landed. And because of that, you have certain peoples landing in different parts of this district, which is why they had all these wars and all these different belief systems that pretty much ruined what the Earth was really made for. So it's a lot of things to go over. I'm not going to be here for hours talking about it.
Okay, so what was the Earth made for?
It was for humanity to live life like we're supposed to and enjoy everything that Daddy gave us.
All right. A lot of times in the spiritual genres, we talk about how Earth is like, this is where you learn your lessons and then you can evolve more, which I guess is true. But is it supposed to be all about lessons all the time?
The answer is yes to that. And no, this is not where you learn your lessons. This is where you learn lessons, period, because you learn lessons everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why we have multiple incarnations all across the galaxy.
Yep.
That's why you hear people say, well, I'm from Alpha Centauri and I was a Palladian, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. You're here right now.
Yeah.
How about you work on something that needs to get taken care of here right now?
I love that too. Yeah. I love that too.
Uh,
All right. So, is there any incarnation where you are allowed to live, we'll call a normal life? Like, is there any other planet where you can just live and not have to work all the time?
no, not me.
So, even if you go to the vacation planet, there's a family there, blah, 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 you're still doing what you do.
Yeah. Like, for instance, even if I was to go on vacation anywhere around the world or anywhere, if I see something that needs to be corrected, Dad's going to have me correct it. Or he's just going to say, go to blah, 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 and see blah, 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 and do blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what I was made to do.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. I'm made to do this shit.
Okay.
So in the beginning of the video, it literally tells you guys that he made me to correct the entire fucking universe. And I can change my form depending on where I'm going or where I'm at. Sananda Galactic is widely known right now. So I'm going to stay that form
Okay.
for the humans and certain galactics. Depending on where I go, I would just be a ball of light like Daddy, a blue one at that, because Daddy's gold and white. I'm blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lots of facts. Lots of facts. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to these planets, is there already a civilization there? Or what I think I heard you say is that you and the counterpart person are the first ones on that planet.
I don't go to the planets. He makes the planets and then
Okay.
puts me on it.
Okay.
After they do what they got, do what they do, and if they fuck up the planet like they fucked up this one,
Yeah.
then he sends me in to correct it. And I've been doing that for thousands of years across the galaxy, across the universe,
Okay.
which is why I'm the king to all of it. It's pretty wild what's been taking place, but the people here on Earth don't even have a fucking clue what's happening, which is why the military is doing their best to save as many people as they can while waking up others.
Yeah.
Um, I they're not doing a very good job at it, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's cool. They're doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, we can see everything starting to really unfold at lightning speed out there, which is so exciting.
Right,
So
right,
exciting.
right, right.
All right.
I was just showing someone today on my posting from 2020 when I first started my Telegram group, the very first Telegram group that got deleted, mind you. In the post, I'm literally telling people that I'm going to take over the banks. These spaceships are going to be normal. And I was showing him the dates of being posted. And he's like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, wow. You've been saying this forever. Yeah. It goes even farther than that.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing what we're doing. We are literally changing things. For instance, if I say something on here that Daddy don't want people to know, he will delete it and you won't even know he fucking deleted it. A lot of what I say is to set traps for people too. People don't realize that part. I'm telling y'all something because I want y'all to act on it. Now go ahead and act on it. Sucker.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. All right,
All
go
right.
ahead. Let's go. Let's get some more questions in.
Next question. The number 144,000, and we've heard lots of like explanations about what that number means, blah blah blah. Can you tell us what 144,000 means?
It's nothing but full DNA activation.
All right. Is that the number of strands of DNA that we have then?
I don't know about we, but I do.
Okay. Well, okay. That's what I thought you had said before, but like we hear that in various spiritual like explanations of this and that and blah blah blah. Okay, so I just wanted a clarification there. All right.
The
So,
cool part, not to cut you off, but the cool
yep.
part about what I am and what I can do, I'm literally a modern day alchemist. I'm literally a modern day um what's his name?
Merlin.
No,
Merlin.
no, no, that Merlin's B. I'm literally a the Midas touch, right? I literally have the Midas touch. Now, that being said, when I touch my products and you touch my products, you become and you take the energy that Daddy wants you to take and become. That's what this is all about, changing the frequency and changing the energy of all of y'all. This is why when a troll comes in and says a bunch of bullshit, gotcha, wow, take that. Dumb fuck.
That's awesome.
All
Awesome.
right, go ahead. I didn't mean to
Okay.
cut you off.
No, no, no. So when we have these agents out there, we'll call them double agents or whatever you want to call it. We have the good guys in there trying to fit in with the bad guys, and they do unspeakable things to fit in. As we know, there's at least one out there doing right now. How can they reconcile that? Like, do they have consciousness of what they're doing? Or are they like, do they know they're playing a role, or how does that work?
The answer is they're on a mission by daddy. So they don't have no karma and they're going to do what they do because daddy designed them that way.
Okay.
I kill people every day. Okay. Excuse me. I eliminate people every day, evaporate people every day. I just had to do it to someone that was following Jazz around yesterday.
Mm.
I'm not playing games. Not only that, the agents are finding their agent comrades dead, and not just agents, other people, bankers, etc., politicians, etc., dead. And they're dying with their mouths open, as if they saw the fucking ghost. It's not a game. I don't even really like saying that shit, but it's true. You can't prove anything. I never left my house. So how are you going to stop me? You
Okay.
can't.
Right. Okay. So basically, it's not like a clone or a robot, it's the real person, but that's their mission and that's what they're going to accomplish no matter what. And there's no karma or like they're not punished for what they've had to do. They've
No,
had
they're
to
not.
do it. They've had
No,
to
they're
do it to
not.
expose the darkness, is
Yes,
really
that
the
is
key.
true. And if they miss, then I come along.
Okay.
If they have to, if daddy has something, if something needs to be corrected, then I come along. I'll go in, wop, and then they can continue their job.
Okay. Okay.
The see, people don't really understand what the Holy Ghost is either. They don't. The Holy Ghost is when daddy and I come together and run around and do what we need to be doing to make sure this planet is cleansed. The whole religious shit is all twisted where people think one way without realizing the possibilities of everything else. Okay? So I'm here to make sure these changes happen. I don't give a shit what you think about what I say. I don't give a shit about what type of authority you think you have. I don't give a fuck about any of that because when daddy tells me to move on something, it's going to happen. He's the one behind it all. You're talking about your creator. If your creator is allowing me to eliminate people every fucking day, what's that tell you?
Right. Right.
Get in line and act the fuck right. I'm
Oh,
fucking tired of this shit, by the way.
yeah.
I'm so fucking upset with these individuals. Like, I'm ready to just pop fucking heads on national TV everywhere. I'm tired of it. Tired. And he doesn't let me loose because that's the type of shit that I think about doing. Besides all the wonderful things like healing, like I love to heal people. I want people to be healed. I want to restore people's limbs. I want to restore people's fucking legs. I want to be able to do all these wonderful things. And he's holding me back because I got to finish eliminating these
Right.
pieces of shit, pedophile. Y'all know who they are.
Yeah.
It's no fucking secret right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole world know who it is.
Yeah.
So, all right, next question.
Okay, this is a deep one. So we talked last week or whatever about the multiverse a little bit. That's what we'll call it for now, and there may be a better name, but our whole universe is, we'll call it a cube, all right?
Mhm.
And there are multiple cubes that contain entire universes, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Like, I'm kind of seeing it like Indiana Jones, the end of the first Indiana Jones movie, where he's got all those artifacts and they're all in big containers in the warehouse. That's the way I'm seeing these multiverses. All right. Um, Are we in these other multiverses as well?
Yes, we are. We just may have well, yes, we are, and we do have different looks to us. We don't all look the same.
Okay.
We have the same consciousness. We have the same consciousness. However, we don't have the same looks, and we're not doing the same things.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
could be a bad person on in the next universe, and you can also have an hourglass on you because I'm about to take your ass out.
hmm,
You see what I'm saying? It all depends on what you chose in that area to do.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you do have free will because Dad gave that to y'all.
Well,
He also gave y'all source directives, which is connecting to him and doing what he wants you to do. Source directives is literally connected to Dad in ways that people don't even believe you can. You can't talk to God, or he can't talk to you. According to who? Have you even fucking tried? Don't tell me what the fuck I cannot do.
yeah.
That's source directives. Free will is those same fucking idiots that saying you can't talk to God because that's their free will, not even wanting to try because they can't even comprehend that you can literally telepathically talk to your fucking creator. What the fuck? So stupid, right? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And anyway, yes, all of that is real. When you go to bed at night, you either end up there or you end up somewhere else. It totally all depends on where Dad wants you to be at, because you have to remember that Dad is the controller, author, manufacturer of your being, your essence. So if he wants Smarty to be here talking shit to all of y'all until y'all get this shit, that's where Smarty's gonna be at. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he wants Smarty to go to Antarctica right now and lay waste to everything that isn't of the light there, guess what? Smarty's going. And Smarty will be on the fucking couch while he's doing it. Well, just the essence or just this fucking body. Because
I just saw interference there run through my camera.
yeah, well, it don't matter because we snatch their ass up too and send them
Yeah.
packing.
Yeah. Yeah. All
It's
right.
over.
So you're blowing my mind more than, I mean, like this is a very deep and complex topic that we can't understand. But you're saying that not only is our universe so big we can't even conceptualize it. And I know we've got all sorts of missions and things we're doing here, but we're also doing stuff in other universes, maybe as we speak. And we could be like over there doing whatever we're doing while we're here as well, while we're here on other locations. And then you've got different realities, dimensions, timelines, incarnations. Oh my golly. How are we going to organize that?
Well, that's why you're not supposed to. They're not. Didn't you just hear what I said? Dad does all that.
I know, but wow. Like just to even get an inkling of it it's like there's no way we can even ask the right questions, you know?
Yeah, then that's a hard pill for a lot of people to
Yeah.
swallow. However,
Yeah.
it's totally up to Dad
Yeah.
where he wants you, what he wants you to do, where he wants you to be, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's things that people won't be able to handle and won't even accept the reality of it until it's in your fucking face, kind of like the way I am right now with everybody. So it don't matter to me what people believe or not. I don't care because I'm doing what Daddy wants me to do, and the evidence follows. Boom, boom, boom. Right now, we're talking about topics that still have a distance to come.
Yeah.
These topics, the things we're talking about, people are going to go back and look at and talk about these things and hear what I was saying right now, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, right? The things that we're doing right now, or the things that we did 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, 9, 7, 6 years ago, whatever the case was, is what we're experiencing right now. Right now, government's being exposed, everything's being exposed. They don't have no authority to do what they're doing in the government. They don't have no jurisdiction whatsoever. And if you don't know your rights, if you don't know nothing about nothing, they will continue to do what they're doing to you.
Right.
Unless a group of individuals say enough is enough, let's take this shit down and let's allow people to live freely. Okay? That's the real establishment of the kingdom of heaven and with the king. That's what we're doing. That's literally what's happening as we speak. So no matter what they do or say, this will end in the King of Kings having full domain and full authority over everything on this planet. Because the last time I checked, the King of Kings can evaporate people, places, and things, and it's becoming more and more evident. So it's a big picture that's being played out across the entire universe, not just here. When we're done, you will have the chambers. You will have unlimited wealth. Not everybody, because some people can't handle the shit. You will have unlimited healing, unlimited abilities. Can't really say unlimited abilities because it's all what dad wants you to have. People want my abilities. People want to be me. People are jealous of me. But when it comes time to do the shit that I can do, where y'all at? Get your ass in the back of the bus and stay there, okay?
That's right.
And the cool part about it all is that I do things in a way where I'm fucking serious, like really serious when it comes to certain things. But most of the time, I'm all loving and having a blast and, taking care of people and just enjoying life because that's how dad wants all of us to be. So I could be here doing what I do, and then when I leave the house, I go help somebody and do this and do that. And, I'm always tipping the waitresses. I'm always tipping people nonstop. What I do with my money is what everybody should do with their money. Sometimes I go broke just to accomplish certain things, right? And then to have people who don't know shit about nothing decide it's a banking decision or it's a business decision to shut down my account where I'm helping these people with. All I do is help somebody the fucking day, every fucking day. What the fuck? But yeah, it's a fucking headache. It's a headache. But at the same time, I know that that is allowing it to happen because what needs to take place. So I'm like, okay, they shut my shit down. I went to fucking on the beach and enjoyed my day. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk, especially when dad's in control of it all.
Did they have big meetings about what to do about you before they did that?
Yeah. It was actually a general that gave the order, and they got things so closed where you can't get to the person who actually did it. You got the teller, the banker, the different departments, and nobody knows shit. Nobody can get me Michael, the chief officer of Wells Fargo's information because we're not allowed to give that out for safety. Oh, but you can have all of our information, but we can't have your information? Okay, well, your ass is getting fired today. Goodbye.
And that person did get fired, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
So when they see this shit, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I was so stupid. I should have not did that. I should have not talked to him the way that I did." No, you should have not. That being said, Trump is still supposed to be calling us. He did call about what just happened to me, and they're correcting it. And if they don't, well, Daddy will have me do what I do next. Um, there's a lot of things that are supposed to be happening and they're not happening, which is why we keep eliminating the advisors around him right now because they're advising him wrongly. If you ask me,
Right. Okay.
you done fucked up, so your ass is getting evaporated, and everybody just saw it. What you gonna do now? You know where it's coming from. You know I'm the one doing it because I'm telling y'all openly that I'm fucking doing it. You can't have someone like myself talk all these things and people don't pay attention.
Yeah.
The worstest thing y'all can do is what y'all doing is censoring me and interfering with my commerce as if it's going to stay that way.
Right. Right.
Anyway, next question. Let's go.
Okay. So we fast forward a little bit. The crew and the Jedi have helped you to liberate Earth. So our roles will be like healers, restorers, mentors, peacekeepers, administrators, counselors. Will structure healthy, wholesome companies, that sort of thing. Is that what our roles will be here on Earth for the most
That's
part?
right. That's right. We're going to repurpose everything, restore everything, and it's going to be the way Daddy wants it to be or not.
Okay.
It's Daddy's way or not. And
And as
you know what that or not is.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And so you've told us as we go through the crystalline chambers, we will know clearly what our mission is.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you'll have full consciousness restored.
Yeah. Okay. So will the role of the female Jedi be different from the males? In other words, like will the Jedis will be birthing more children, but will we still be working along to help with liberation of the earth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because, it doesn't matter if you're female or male. However, most of the females will be doing what most females do or were designed to do, give birth and take care of children, while the men take care of business and bring food to the tables. Okay, because that's how it was, and that's how it's supposed to be. However, Dad don't see anything wrong with you wanting to go out and be a part of something cool and go to the army and military stuff like that. You can still be a female and not be a dyke or one of those type of fucking things. Not be gay, right?
It'd still be feminine.
You can still be feminine, right? You can still have kids. You can still, do these things.
Yeah.
All that other shit, that's all cabal shit. That's all satanic shit. I don't give a fuck what you say about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
However, you do have free will.
Okay.
And as long as you're not using that type of portal to create sickness or create, sacrificing and do evil shit,
Right. Right.
you can do what you do behind closed doors.
Okay.
It's not what you're supposed to be doing, but I don't see you going to hell for it if you're doing it in a responsible type way, away from children and shit like that. In fact, don't even fucking have children if you're going to be that way.
Not sure what you're even implying at this point, but it doesn't matter. But like,
what I'm implying is you can be gay, just stay the fuck away from everybody that's not.
Okay, because I'm thinking more like business and helping with these projects. Like,
yeah, I already answered that.
Yeah, okay.
I went into the other gay shit.
Okay.
So yeah, you can have businesses.
Okay.
Lots of women. Some women do better business than men. It's a fact because they were made to. Some women grow better shit than men because they were made to. So it all depends on what daddy has you do.
Yeah. Okay. Now, will those that want them find partners?
Those that want them find partners.
Yes.
The answer is yes to that. However, it's all on daddy's timing.
Okay.
Some of you have partners that, because of the way things were, screwed it up. You know, you had partners that were would have done anything to you, and because of A, B, C might have happened, you screwed it up, or they screwed it up. That being said, forgiveness is a big part of all this shit.
Okay.
Because you don't want to keep condemning somebody over something they did.
Right. Right.
Where's the forgiveness in that?
Right.
So that's why I'm saying it the way that I'm saying it, that you might have already had the partner of your life and you fucked it up. And that partner may have died already and you'll never have him again or her again, right? That being said, the perfect one is always there for you. Besides what I just said about that, there's always a perfect someone for somebody, and that perfect someone is going to make sure that, well, not that person, for the perfect one for you, you guys will have offsprings because that's what dad designed y'all for. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
doesn't, just because I said that don't mean that your offsprings now that didn't come from the perfect someone wasn't supposed to happen. Because obviously we all have children that were supposed to be here, because if they weren't supposed to be here, they wouldn't fucking be here. It's a part of dad's grandiose plano. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we've got populations that have really been suffering here on Earth. Okay. And they're going to be all restored in some way, whether it be through the crystalline chambers, the special wands that are coming out, and blah, blah, blah. Though they will be restored mentally, physically, emotionally. So the trauma will be gone.
That is correct.
Okay. Just
And
wanted it.
that's one of the things that I'm anxious to do, especially what the children in Gaza are experiencing right now.
Right.
I'm anxious to, just do what I do.
Right. Right. It's going to be magnificent to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you had told us maybe last video that obviously you know the past, you see the future and all of that, like you know everything, okay? So what happens if you told us everything in detail, like it's going to beep, 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 beep. What would be the risk of you telling us every single thing?
The risk would be people shutting down. And if you have too much information, you can end up in the loony bin. However, I've been telling y'all for years things from way ahead in the
Right.
future that went like this.
Yeah.
It literally went like this, over your fucking head, because some people can't even imagine that far out. So I do drop little certain things like that.
Right.
And you'll just have to go back to some of the videos to realize that I did. Or when I do talk about it, a lot of y'all are literally sending me videos. When certain things happen, y'all send me videos and clips of me saying it back when. And then we just laugh, like, yeah, I
Right.
told you, I said it.
Right.
Because the part that a lot of people don't understand, which is a lot, that we are literally over here, over here, here at the same time. So we can see everything that's coming. We can see where this ends up. We can see where it started. We can see where we're at. That's the whole linear, the time thing, like this, right? And the consciousness can allow my consciousness, and some that are chosen's consciousness allows y'all to tap in to see where we're going and how this all ends out, ends up, ends out, ends up, whatever. So that's why I can see everything daddy allows me to see because I'm seeing it through daddy. And I know a lot. I don't want to know everything. I really don't give a shit about a lot of things, right? I don't care, you know, who's got the best car on the block. I don't care about certain things like that. I care about restoring our food, restoring our people, restoring our laws, restoring our, our freedoms, restoring our beautiful skies, restoring the water, restoring all these things that other people are not capable of. I get a kick out of enforcing it. I get a kick out of eliminating things that don't serve us, people, places, and things. And I beg daddy every fucking day to eliminate certain people because I know for a fact that these certain peoples in these offices that think they have authority think they can run the world. And we are showing them that just because you have money don't mean you have power. Because in an instant, all that shit could be taken from you.
Right.
You think I'm worried about these little banking problems that I'm worried that's happening right now? Fuck no. I know where the real money's at. It's daddy. So again, y'all want to keep going against y'all creator by attacking me? Have at it. I've warned y'all many a times. The warnings are over. We just eliminate it nowadays. That's where we're at with it.
One of the things I also wanted to say is there's a lot of moving parts with everything. So that's why when you say give a timeline or whatever, a date, it's not going to happen. There's a potential it can't happen because everyone has choices, they have actions, they have decisions, and all of that goes into creation of what you've seen. Is that correct?
Yes. When things change, it's because certain people didn't follow dad's directives.
Right.
They're literally orders, by the way. However, I'm being nice by saying directives because a lot of people don't like to be ordered.
Right.
You don't order me to do nothing. Okay, you heard that, right, Daddy? Just I just want to make sure you heard that.
That's fabulous. Okay. Okay. So consciousness, you've told us before when the consciousness is increased, everything in the universe, every consciousness in the universe is uplifted. Okay. So does everyone have a specialty or a focus of what their abilities and powers and their I guess their mission is? Like some people are good at X, some people are good at Y, and the increase in consciousness just activates that more quickly, I assume.
Absolutely,
Right.
that is correct.
Okay.
Like people around here know you as the interviewer.
They do.
You interview better than me, so yeah, you like we already have abilities that people don't have. Okay.
It's actually pretty funny, isn't it?
Yeah, but that goes along with what I'm saying. Like we already have talents and abilities that other people can't do.
Yeah.
But I see where you're getting at with it. You're talking about the more magical type things.
Yeah, yeah. The supernaturals
The
kind of a power.
supernatural, right, right.
Yeah,
So that is also the case because there's certain things that you know people can do better than others.
yeah,
And I'm fully aware of that, and I let it go because my job is to make sure you check out what you're saying, and I enhance what you're saying if Daddy allows,
right.
and then I'm also there to guide you and protect you. I never ever pull the king card, even though I I am what I am. Um, I'm here to help educate, teach y'all. If y'all don't want to listen, I don't care. I do, but it's like, okay, you don't want to listen, I'll go help somebody who does.
Right, right.
And then if you were tasked to do certain things and you don't, guess what? Daddy shuts it down and replaces you with somebody else. So that goes with the abilities too. If you were getting ready to receive all these type of cool abilities, and if you just had to do that one little thing, and you didn't, everything gets shut down for you. Then he picks somebody else and gives them all the abilities that you would have had you listened. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's what happens.
Right.
At the end of the day, you will receive those abilities that you would have had, however, at a different time. At a different time, you'll receive the abilities that you would have had. You're freezing, so that's why I'm repeating myself.
I'm freezing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, that's that is going to happen. People are going to accidentally, on purpose, realize they have abilities that they didn't know they had. Right?
right.
You guys, and this goes for everybody. You guys may sit at the table one day and hear somebody's conversation and not realize that you're literally listening to their thoughts. You guys are literally seeing. You guys will literally be seeing people experiencing some things without actually seeing or without actually being there. You may sit next to someone and see what they just went through that day, which is why we should treat everyone with kindness.
Right.
You'll be able to see children that were just violated, and then you can do something about it because you just saw it. Now it's time to take action. Which brings me to this. In the video that I just dropped last night or this morning, whatever the case was, um, their satanic Jewish book, whatever you want to call it, says that when the people find out about what they're doing, they will kill us openly. That's what's happening right now, if you haven't noticed. Because people are finding out about what y'all did and what y'all still doing, or what y'all attempting to still do, however you want to say that. This is why people are being eliminated. Hi, mama, you okay? You woke up from your nap? Okay, go downstairs with mommy. Bye, love you. So
Guest appearance.
yeah. So that being said, they are now openly eliminating people. And yeah, go get it. So now they're openly eliminating people and calling for the elimination of people. Like the one individual talks about McAfee or whoever the fuck it was, Bobby, some shit, 8-year-old kid. You violated 8-year-old kid. So the guy's calling on using
Rusty scissors.
rusty scissors. Well, daddy granted that.
Oh.
So not only that, if you look at the real raw news article with Anthony Blanket, right? Whatever the fuck his name was.
Yep.
He denied everything until his own brother brought evidence of his private part in some 8-year-old little boy. So those type of entities, beings, people need to be executed on the spot, if you ask me. They need to be executed and eradicated like yesterday, like they did in Dubai, like they do in other countries, where they literally execute them in front of everybody, broad daylight. That's what needs to happen to all of them. And yes, I'm saying it. I don't give a shit what you're going to do about it. You're not going to stop it. In fact, we're going to enforce it. You're freezing up again, so they don't like that shit.
They don't like it. You had also, we had talked about this before. The vigilante justice was already approved a few months ago. And we have seen cases where it's happened, and we don't know what's happened to the person, but we assume they're going to be freed.
They better be freed.
Yeah.
In fact, it's a law to free them. That's the part where the law was taking advantage of people because they were taking people for doing these type of things and then locking them up. You have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to take care of these type of situations. Okay, how do you think it's going to resolve by some judge or some attorney who's also doing it to their
Right.
own
Right.
children in some
Right.
cases?
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
All of that shit needs to be dismantled. We need to go back to common law with people of sound mind that don't fucking violate children, period.
Right.
Okay? And that's what daddy's doing. He's making sure common law is everywhere because it's basically a kind of dad's law, if you would. And he's making sure all of the right people are in position, and he gave the order to move forward with it last night. So that's why I said in the video or in my comment, in my post, that daddy's been telling us this shit behind the scenes, and now people are talking about it. These individuals cannot get away with doing this shit to our children, period. They've been doing it forever, ever.
Yeah.
They even think I'm burning in hell in some pile of shit. I'm not. I'm right here. Okay? Stupid motherfuckers. Y'all don't know what y'all dealing with.
Well,
One of y'all.
think of how many, like, okay, I could just tell you how many people in the Jedi group alone have told me that about their traumatic experiences as a child. I will not tell the stories or name the names, and it's not my story to tell, but it's shocking how many people have been traumatized as children, like by that one thing. I mean, there's many ways to traumatize a child.
It's
But
true. It's true. It's
yeah,
true.
shocking.
Look at, by now we all heard Johnny Boy's story, John F. Kennedy Jr., the real one.
Right.
We all heard his story, read his book, and it's like he's coming out in the open with it. And that's a tough story right there. And you're starting to see more and more evidence on how they've been eliminating and replacing people with body doubles and the children and stealing people's wealth and doing what the fuck they want to do with it. You're seeing more and more evidence of it. And I've been telling y'all for the longest, y'all can't have certain amount of money without being a part of their group.
Right.
And if you do have a certain amount of money, you're not in their system and they won't allow you to be. Obviously, you see what they're doing to me. So it's over. We're shutting shit down. We're shutting them down in more ways than one. They're finished in more ways than one. Their bodies is one thing, their souls is another thing, and we're confiscating all of it.
Awesome.
Material, body, soul, mind, all of that shit is over.
And their wealth is being redistributed to the people. So that
is true. That is very true. Now they need to do it like yesterday.
Yeah.
Redistribute the wealth, or you will be next. You already one of my targets, and y'all know who I'm talking about. All of y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about y'all back there.
All right.
So awesome. Yeah, we're waiting for some contacts from the military to, get things kick things in high gear. There's no way around it. They've already seen the looking glass. Some of the stuff that they're witnessing in the looking glass is only there to distract them, to lead them down a wild goose chase, and then allows us to do what we have to do.
Right.
So the only thing that's going to be full manifestation is exactly what Daddy wants done. That being said, get it done.
All right.
Spread the wealth. The people are suffering. The people
They
are
are
waiting.
suffering. Yeah.
Enough is enough. People need help. All right.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay. Trump's Golden Dome. What is it?
It's nothing. Nothing.
Nothing to worry about is what you're saying. So they're trying to keep the people confined and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, well, it's just like something like there's actually been a dome up already. That's how they were able to shoot down some of the spacecrafts.
Yeah.
Not our spacecrafts, by the way, because
Yeah.
that's like literally impossible unless you have the right energy, and they don't. So that being said, it's literally like a type of dome that Israel had over it, and those that are outside of the dome, like California, because I heard about it, right? Daddy had us place protective shields around the people there that are of the light. So there's no worries there. And if you haven't noticed, that same type of, well, it's not the same type of, because ours is more advanced. That same type of energy field is around here where I'm at, which is why we don't have some of the issues that other places do. Hurricanes go this way, that way, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
We have a protective dome, a protective shield. My palace will have one even protecting from weather and rain and blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things that we can do, and it's done in a dimensional realm where we do it in the dimensional field, dimensional realm, kind of like the imagination realm, and then it manifests here. Boom. So we're getting ready to instant manifest things. And me turning into my original self and the chambers will be one of those things. When the money starts circulating, Daddy will allow the chambers to be revealed because they're already here. There's a lot of things that these individuals are stopping from happening, or should I say, slowing down the process.
Stalling. Yeah, they're just
Right. They're stalling, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
However, it's also because they're giving chances to be a part of it. Because the more and more they stall these things,
Right.
the more and more they get removed because it's going to happen anyway. Tell all the light forces that you see in the skies not to show themselves. That's not happening. And I only enforce it every day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if something don't go the way Daddy wants it to go, I'll just go back in time and then move it forward.
Right.
And it'll be like you guys never did what y'all did. That's what they don't understand. They don't understand how we're doing it. Just 2 days ago, Daddy told us that they started realizing, they started believing us inside of these hidden bunkers and shit. The military, there's a lot of good military guys tucked away, safe, giving orders. And these guys finally are admitting that they believe us. It only took y'all so long. I mean, you could have just joined the Jedi's and fucking knew.
Yeah. Okay.
You could have just took the training free. It's still posted.
So because they're listening and they believe now, we're going to see further action, faster action.
Yeah, that is true. Yes.
Which leads me to my next question: is the Q movement like okay? Is the Q movement a psyop, or did it start out good and just went south? Like what happened there?
Well, the Q movement has always been Trump and his team and the certain military personnel that are using looking glass and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that they could have did more, and they feel like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You got a bunch of think tanks thinking that they know more than daddy. And the truth of the matter is, you don't know more than dad. You don't know more than me. And all you're doing is getting yourself in trouble.
Right, right,
You guys could have did all this shit, revealed it to the world, and the chips would have fell where they did.
right.
I mean, it's still going to happen. It's still going to happen no matter what. Some of the individuals that I took out recently could have still been here if y'all would have just did what y'all did, what y'all should have did years ago. At the end of the day, because daddy allowed it again, I'm, I don't have nothing to say about it.
Right, right.
So that's where we're at with that. I'm sure, they all mean well, but I also know that they've been the cause of a lot of things to go south. For instance, y'all say Israel for last, but yet y'all letting these children get murdered every day. What? So much for the Q movement.
Yep.
I thought Israel was last. So why haven't y'all dealt with it? Oh, because you want me to deal with it and take all the credit, right? Is that what it is? Okay, not a problem. Again, things are happening the way they are because dad is allowing it.
Right.
No matter what. Even the fact that my censorship is happening because dad is allowing it. I'm being censored for telling the truth. I'm being shut down for doing the right thing. And everybody's witnessing it. Right? There's talks about them releasing the money to people that are doing the right thing and doing this. And, they already know who's doing the right thing, who's doing this and who's doing that. Okay, well, y'all see what I've been doing for the last fucking years. Where's my help at? Fuck y'all. That's what I say.
Yeah, you're right. They do want the credit, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Oh yeah, Trump did this and Trump did that and Trump did. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Trump better get right with daddy and come see a brother before a brother gets upset and, do what he do. I know you're feeling that heat, Trump, because that heat ain't no joke.
Carolina Reapers.
I know y'all feeling that heat. That heat ain't no joke. When daddy wants certain things to happen and take place, there's nothing or no one that's going to stop it because it's daddy. You can go into your fucking time traveling device. You can go into your looking glass. That heat's going to travel your ass everywhere you go. And so am I.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
At the end of the day, they love me. I love them. We're all working, a lot of us, not all, a lot of us are working for the betterment of all this stuff. However, there comes a time where you just have to move aside and let the boss do what the boss do. And make sure the boss has plenty of funds to do it. Or not.
Right. Right. Awesome. Awesome.
I'm about to shapeshift out this motherfucker. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to teleport over there right now and just yell at him.
I think you should do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Done.
Done. All right.
All right, let's go. What else?
All right. Canada. What's happening with that with the US?
Well, it's all gonna be one big all right, so the borders and everything's going down.
Right.
The borders everywhere are going down, and everything that daddy wants restored is going to be restored. Um, you know, Canada is a part of India, is a part of Pakistan, Africa, Iraq, because it's all one big landmass. they're doing it slowly to reveal all these things because the certain people ain't prepared to hear all this shit, which don't fucking make sense anyway. Just get the truth out. Like I've been saying, we know what y'all been doing. Y'all been doing this psyops, blah blah blah. We know that certain borders are not what you say they are because we know people that are flying over these things. You don't do zigzags like this when it only takes an hour to get from here to Puerto Rico, right? There's so many different fucking islands and landmass that we didn't make sense to me. Well, I knew that it wasn't what it's just not fucking what they say.
Right, right, right.
So, so yeah, um, Canada will be a part of the new kingdom as well as the rest of the world, and everybody's preparing for it. Because of certain laws, they hold no titleship to the land here. I do, and my brothers do, and we're going to prove it. We're going to show y'all. That's it.
Okay. Awesome. Well, there's a lot of concern right now because it's in the news a lot, right? There's a
That's
lot
because
of fear out there.
yeah, that's because they want y'all to fear something that you shouldn't be fearful of.
Right. Of course. Okay. So switch of topic. You said we're basically immortal. Okay. Humans. But we've been programmed to believe that we age and die, which, we've seen evidence of. Was it was
Body.
there was there physical modifications to make that? I mean, I know we're poisoned, the air is poisoned, the water poison, food poison. Were there other modifications to make that a reality, or was it all in our programming?
All in the programming. The food and everything helped you deteriorate, and all the different elements they fed us helped along the way.
Okay.
However, it's all in the programming. If you believe you're going to get old and die,
Yeah.
have I not been teaching y'all to just use your energy to change things? Well, how about you use your energies to change your appearance?
You're just trying to shapeshift now.
But when you realize that we are nothing but energy,
Yeah.
and you were programmed to believe such nonsense, that's why you look the way you do, as far as everybody. Also, Dad allowed it so that we can get to this point where I teach everyone what it really is. I'm not the only one saying this stuff because Dad has people all around the world saying the same thing. Sun gazing. You can literally go out and sun gaze all day long and still live. I just saw a video of a young man who was 135 years old, still alive. However, his body deteriorated because I'm sure he doesn't know that if you tweak your mind and you believe certain things are possible and you can regrow your arms and limbs and muscular and wrinkles, all that shit gone, you can still live forever. He can continue to live. I'm excited about these type of things because I know they're possible because I've done it multiple times in multiple dimensions in multiple places. That's why I'm looking forward to changing back to myself. People still don't believe it. People are waiting for it. People are on the fence about it. And it's going to happen. And it can happen while I'm on here with you. It can happen while I'm taking a nap. It can happen while I'm off in La La Land before I wake up. I know for a fact that some of you guys have been chosen to be examples of what Dad can do. He's the one that created the chamber. I'm the one that's bringing it here, that brought it here. He's the one that gave me all of these devices. I'm the one that brought it here. You don't have to plug none of my stuff into a wall besides these LED ones behind me. These are all the products, by the way. And they still have energy whether there's a light on or not. And the cool part is the further and further we get into the new reality, they will still have these same lights without the actual components that are lighting them up because we can manifest these things. This is where we all need to be. This is where we're all going, by the way. So you can't tell me that we can't live forever because I've already saw it and I know how it's done. It's all about mind, frequencies, energies, vibrations, blah, 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 blah. I've already told y'all how they were successfully creating all of these storms out in the Gulf of Mexico that were never there. They were banking, literally banking on all of you guys watching the fucking news, not knowing that there isn't no storm out there, but they use your manifestation abilities against you by telling you there's a storm out there. And then the storm comes in, wipes out all of your shit. And now you have to be the worker bee or ant slave or whatever the fuck you want to call it to rebuild it all while they're banking off of you.
Right.
You see how they did it?
Yeah.
So whether you believe what I'm saying or not is irrelevant. If you know all things are possible and the things that I'm talking about are super great, and all you have to do is put your energy behind what I'm saying because it's beneficial for everybody, why not fucking do it? Boom, take that. So yes, you can live forever, you can anti-age, and you can stop the whole process by literally tweaking that shit off, realizing we've been lied to. Now let's move forward. How do we do it? Let's meditate. Let's know. Let's do these things. Let's start consuming all of the frequencies that I put out there for free. Because you can get them for free, by the way. You don't have to fucking pay me. That's my humanitarian shit that I did from day one. Okay? So you can't tell me, or nobody can say that Smarty is all about Smarty, because I've been doing the shit that y'all don't even fucking know about because y'all just found me.
Right. Right.
So listen to the boss and you will experience great things. Not only will you be experiencing great things, but you can help manifest these great things for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for everybody else.
Right.
For humanity, because that's what it's all about. Okay? Let's go. What the fuck you waiting for? Get up off the fucking couch.
Yep.
Wait, never mind. You can stay there. I'll stay on my couch.
Yep. Do you have time for two more questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So if we can live forever, I've recently found out that our pets can live a very long time. All right. So now most of us have a pet that might live between, let's say, 10 and 20 years. And then we're crushed. Our heart is crushed when they pass away. They take on our diseases and our illnesses for us. But how did animals like cats and dogs, for example, get programmed to die when they could have lived thousands of years?
Well, they didn't get programmed to die. Your dumbasses took them to the vet. Then the vet injected them with some shit that killed them later on down in life. Isn't that what y'all witnessed with the COVID jabs and all that shit?
Okay.
You know, fast forward between then and now, fast forward, people are still dropping.
Okay.
And I posted a video yesterday where when the child back to the childs and similar because certain animals have to get shots when they're born. When the child is born or the animal is born, they inject it with all these type of things. Who's to not say that they're injecting y'all because they plan on coming to get your ass to eat y'all or make sure your ass dies? Kind of like seasoning chicken and shit.
Right. Right.
Right. Let's keep this low dimensional baby or this high vibrant baby so low that then when it's time for us to kidnap and eat him and torture him, he'll have all the stuff in his body already that we like to consume.
Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh. Okay. So if we have a pet, back to the question, if
Go
we have
ahead.
a pet that is like we'll call it healthy, unvaccinated, drinking as pure water, eating as pure food as possible, they can live a very long time.
Yes, they can, and it's the same. It's the same concept, which isn't a concept. If you believe your dog's going to live forever, guess what? Your dog's going to live forever.
Okay.
If you believe your dog's going to get old and die and get all these tumors because somebody says if you don't take care of your dog, you're going to get these tumors. If you give your dog the wrong type of foods and shit like that, yes, it will expire. You know, sooner.
Right. Okay.
When I was a kid, when I was a kid growing up, they used to tell me that the dog years are different than the humans years, and I'm like, wait, what? The dogs live longer than us? Yes. And then all of a sudden, dogs are dying left and right. That shit didn't make no sense to me at all.
Right.
And then the cats had 9 lives. I've witnessed cats get fucked up and get up and walk. Like, okay, I thought it was true because I fucking witnessed it. And then come to find out that the reason why it's true because I thought it was true.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
see these cats getting fucking ran over by cars and then meow walking the fuck out like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like on some Pet Cemetery shit. but that's because I believe that what they were saying.
Okay.
Cats had 9 lives, so motherfucker live forever, I guess.
Right. Okay.
But that's where we're all going. We're all waking up to the fact that we can live forever, we can affect changes, and we just have to change the way we think about
Right.
certain things, right? I haven't changed since 2011, since I first started using the holograms. I do, get fat and stuff like that, but I'm normally still the same. I still look the same. And I do go up and down in weight because of the certain things that I have to do and blah, blah, blah. A lot of things happen to me is because I have to change things. I was just showing somebody the telomere hologram that I made and put out, and
Mhm.
literally told them that because of this hologram, you can live forever because your telomeres don't break up and they stay lubricated just by charging your water with this fucking image, right? Which he was blown away, by the way. Not only that, it's in all the products, which is why people are experiencing age reversal. And I keep improving on it, which is why I put out new products. So I'm constantly working to make sure that we are here to finish the job.
Right.
Some of us can't die anyway, which is why y'all screwed because y'all stuck with me. But yeah, we're slowly educating people, and everybody's slowly waking up to the facts that we are powerful beings that manifest. Whether it's us making some cool gadgets or just us manifesting a whole new reality on what we want to see happen. That's why when I go to certain locations, there's always parking for me because I know for a fact that there's going to be parking for me because I'm making sure of it.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's how everybody has to operate as if shit is already done because in our new reality, it already is.
Awesome. Awesome.
Boom, mic drop.
One more comment.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I know about a week and a half ago, there were some storms and all that, and blah blah blah. And you had posted a several pictures from around the world with a rainbow, like a dome. Okay, so a few of our Jedi friends had sent me their photos of domes that they had we'll call them like rainbow domes. I don't
Mhm.
know what else, but around their specific areas, which I
Yeah,
thought was interesting because they all appeared the same day,
yeah,
right? And then I also saw out over the ocean, like tornado funnels, but they were staying out there, not coming in.
Yeah.
I just wanted to comment on that because
Yeah, I was just telling an individual that used to live here that when I first landed here, there was a water spout out there, and then the portals opened up.
yeah,
So as far as the rainbow domes and all that stuff, it's just validating what we've already put in place everywhere.
right,
Back in the day when we was doing the Jedi sessions, I was literally teaching people how you yourself, where you're at, can put an energetic dome around you and protect everybody within that dome.
right,
And now you're seeing evidence of it. Period. When we got to Puerto Rico, Daddy was telling me, and the individuals around me heard it, put up a rainbow dome. Boom, instantly.
right.
The next day, took photos of it because Daddy told me. There was a lot of things that happened in Puerto Rico that the people around me don't normally would have witnessed,
Right, right.
and they witnessed it. You froze again.
Oh, well, okay. You haven't frozen on my end, but we'll see what happens when we play it.
It's
So,
all good. It's all
yeah,
good. The
yeah,
point to all that was that we can manifest things. Everything is energy. Everything is vibration. And connect to Dad, because when you connect to him, he will tell you what to do, and you will know it's from him because it's going to be good.
yeah.
You know,
Awesome.
he doesn't he doesn't tell you to do things that will harm you or harmful to others unless you're me. I'm different. My job is to do the shit.
Right.
Okay, so
It's always positive. And even if, let's say, he wants you to switch course, let's say you're doing, we'll call it the wrong thing,
Mhm.
and he wants you to switch course, it's never like negative. It's always like, why don't you try this instead? You know,
Yeah, yep,
it's not like, oh, you're going to fail. It's like,
yeah.
try this instead.
That's exactly the case. And a lot of people say, "Why, Daddy? Why me? Why? 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 Why not?"
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
uh, because he's preparing you for greater things. That's why.
Yes. Big things. Big things.
Big things, especially if you're around me. Like, hello, I'm not fucking
Mhm.
lying about none of this shit.
Yep.
Everything that I'm telling y'all is happening because been there, done that.
Yep.
So it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. Everybody's learning. Um, 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 I love what I'm doing. I love everything about what's happening. And there is a bigger picture being played out, and the end result is what everybody wants. Freedom and the right to, live in peace and have abundance of everything everywhere, and not have to worry about the things that we've been suppressed from for all this time. And it's not just recent times; it's like since forever. These Roman, Babylonians, Egyptians, all they do is change their fucking names and been doing the same thing
Right.
over and over again.
Right.
And being that this is the last fucking cycle, I'm not fucking going nowhere, and I'm fucking finishing y'all. Period. And with that, I'm out.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for all you do.
You are welcome. Love all you guys. We'll talk later on.